going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are back. We have returned. been some been some stuff going on, but we're not about to bog y'all down with those details because I'm just saying it has returned, and we back with another reaction video.
Yep. Now that we have upgrades, we can now do more bigger and better things with this channel and with our streams and stuff. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for the future.
Joy boy.
All right. So now, right, for this video, as y'all can see, we're doing a death battle. I missed it. Darth Vader versus Obito. This one's gonna be interesting. It's an interesting matchup based on what Obito can do naturally and what Darth Vader is limited to since the suit.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna cap. I think without the suit, this is not a contest.
It's like, but yeah, but with the suit is like, are they? He probably going comic book Darth Vader.
But you know, it's funny. They probably picked them both because they both got mutilated in some way, and so that's why it's them two against each other. It's 100% the reason.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and he has to go comic book Darth Vader. He can't go cinematic Darth Vader because the comic book Darth Vader was actually moving and grooving and stuff like that, and he could probably keep up.
I would argue cinematic Darth Vader should be able to do everything the comic book Darth Vader can do. They just, the time that Darth Vader was prevalent in cinema, they didn't have the technology to make him do.
Yeah, it didn't fit the story. He was more of a, yeah, okay.
Because he was clearly doing that stuff because everyone feared him.
Yeah,
like he was feared across the galaxy.
He was like actually like 7 feet tall or something like that with the suit.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, he's actually really tall in the comics. He's like 7 feet tall in the suit. But yeah, we better get into it. It's not gonna hold y'all any longer.
We just excited to be back. We sorry, everybody that normally complains and says we be talking too long. We about to get into it right now. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing us.
All right, here we go. Death battle, Darth Vader versus Obito. Let's go.
It feels good to be back. It feels good to be back.
Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith.
Obito Uchiha, secret leader of the Akatsuki.
Prime examples of how you could die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a death battle. It was a
boomstick. A long time ago, in
a galaxy far, far away,
the Iron Fist of the Galactic Empire ruled everything.
Anime?
All thanks to the super powerful super murderer Darth Vader. But beneath
that's terrifying.
Nice guy, Anakin Skywalker.
As a child among the harsh wastes of Tatooine, Anakin longed to one day free his fellow slaves as a heroic Jedi.
Lucky for him, he met Qui-Gon Jinn, a Jedi who believed little Annie was the chosen one and would bring balance to the Force. No pressure, right? So he took him under his wing to become the papa he never had. Or so was the plan.
Oh, God.
Until...
Oh, God. Oh!
Instead, Qui-Gon's apprentice became Anakin's mentor. But while Anakin sought a father figure, Obi-Wan saw him as more of a brother.
I'm sure that won't cause any awkward tension whatsoever.
Drama and trauma aside, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi. He excelled
in
lightsaber combat and the Force, an energy field that binds all living things together.
The Force lets Jedi move stuff with their mind, fend off mental attacks, predict the future, and make people believe these aren't the droids they're looking for. They're basically space wizards.
Through rigorous training and a not unnoticeable natural talent, Anakin was particularly skilled in the Form 5 lightsaber fighting styles, Xian and Jem So.
Also known as the Way of the Krayt
Xian?
Dragon. You know that
my
big
clothes?
Santa dragon Mando blew up from the inside? Yeah, make that a lightsaber.
Form 5 is incredibly versatile.
Let's go, Anakin.
For defending against lightsaber and blaster alike. It focuses on blending parries with devastating counterattacks, aiming to win duels through overwhelming pressure.
Perfect for
Kill
the
him.
Padawan who just bulldozed his way through training to become a Jedi Knight.
Even as a newly knighted Jedi, Anakin could keep up with some of the most experienced Jedi Masters and Sith Lords of his time.
But he had plenty of other problems to deal with, like his late-blooming rebellious teenage angst. I mean, you don't just throw a kid into space monk school and expect him to forget everyone he ever cared about, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
That's what he was supposed to do.
The life of a Jedi can be difficult and cold, something Anakin could not accept. And so, rather than let his secret wife die,
that's why they say he was too old.
He was seduced to the dark side through the promise of power.
And so began his Jedi kill streak until Obi-Wan gave him a glorious lava bath. How refreshing!
The
But
glorious
thanks to his
lava
new
bath
Sith
is crazy.
Master Palpatine, our young warrior was saved, reborn, rebuilt. He was now Darth Vader.
Vader is a badass. Everyone knows it, and they're terrified of
What song
him.
is that?
I mean, just look at the guy.
As impressive as his armor appears, you might
That don't
be
sound like Big
surprised
Mom
by
to you?
its quirks.
This sounded like
While
Big
the
Mom.
Jedi view the Force as an ally, the
Yeah.
Sith see it as a
It-
tool from which they draw power through passion and emotion. Most potently, negative emotions.
It's not, but it
Palpatine
sounds like it.
trained Vader by not only making him believe he killed his wife, but also ensuring he would never forget the monstrous machine he had become.
By making the suit suck ass and piss him off. Seriously, Vader hates this suit.
The armor would beep at random times just to annoy him, and the life support system was outdated from the start. Sometimes it would even turn off for several minutes.
That doesn't seem good for someone with burnt up lungs.
Imagine
So heavy and
he just put like he gave him that on purpose. Like I could have given you excellent technology so that you would be unstoppable, but instead I'm gonna give you garbage on purpose
Kind of like doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
because he didn't want him to surpass him.
Yeah, but then it's like, then if you want him to achieve so many stuff, why not give him the
Yeah,
best?
give him the goods.
clunky that he could barely walk, sometimes even resorting to moving himself with the Force.
Oh man, I knew Palpy was evil, but I never knew he was such a dick.
Well, despite these
Doofenshmirtz.
issues, the armor fulfilled its true purpose, crafting Darth Vader into the equivalent of a slasher movie villain commanding a galactic army.
Nobody wants to mess with him. Thanks to the dark side of the Force, he can make maelstroms that blast everything away, form barriers that shield from all sorts of attacks, and choke anything that's even a minor inconvenience. Hell, sometimes he skips straight to crushing your lungs.
One time, a droid named I-5 tried to kill Vader with a laser stated to move 300,000 kilometers per second. That's light speed, and Vader easily blocked it.
And for as much bullshit as Palpatine threw at him, Vader was tough enough and stubborn enough to push through it.
Palpatine knew that Vader would eventually try to kill him and take over the Empire.
Of course he
It's
would.
how the Sith work. So he constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him to make sure he was still worthy of being his apprentice.
Really? That's,
Imagine that. Just imagine that. Like your
mean, you can
master,
sit.
like let me go ahead and send,
he's a Sith Lord, bro.
but he's sending assassins after.
Yeah, it makes sense. This is just a
No,
daily. This is
It
Tuesday.
really makes no sense. But
what schedule is this? It's Tuesday. Okay.
no, what you're saying is right because he's evil. It makes sense. But the logic behind it makes no. I want my apprentice to be as strong as possible.
Yeah. So keep him busy, right?
So try to kill him every Tuesday.
Yeah.
This week's gonna be on Wednesday. Just throw him off. Like, come on, man.
It's nothing. One time, he blasted off most of Vader's robo-limbs, destroyed his armor, dropped him back on the lava planet, and told him to make his way back without the Force.
An impossible task.
What?
It's training, bro.
That was Saturday evening.
Is initiation, bro.
Man, thick.
Yet one Vader accomplished.
Yeah, because he really, really, really wants to kill Palpatine.
And that hatred is apparently useful in keeping Force wielders alive, and has sustained many Sith in conditions that would otherwise kill them.
I'm sorry, Liam Neeson. Should have hated a little more.
Vader has killed hundreds, possibly thousands of
I love
Jedi,
that game.
including Obi-Wan himself. He's fought entire
That was so
armies
bad.
on his own, and even taken on monsters the size of mountains.
He's so unstoppable, an assassin droid hired to kill him quit the job because he calculated that Vader was impossible to kill.
And in Ewok's material from the old Legends canon,
Bro said-
a real deep cut, we know. Lesser dark side users like the Night Sister Shiral overpowered the Sunstar, an ancient artifact capable of shifting moons. A feat which would require energy worth over 12 septillion tons of TNT.
That's
What?
24 zeros. But if you want something more recent, here's a planet blowing up while Vader was on it, and he's fine.
But thanks to both his incredible power and the mercy and trust of his secret son, Vader would eventually avenge the atrocities of Palpatine. Even more important, he finally saved someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker
Yeah.
bring balance to the Force.
My boy. All for it.
Hokage,
Yeah.
leader of the Hidden Leaf Village and their strongest ninja, respected and loved by all. Though few have attained this title, many have strived for it.
One such striver, sadly lacking in parents, wanted to both help people and be acknowledged by the rest of the village. And what better way to do that than having your face carved into a mountain? If you think I'm talking about Naruto, guess again! This is the story of Obito Uchiha!
Obito unfortunately lacked the natural talent for ninja arts attributed to his Uchiha bloodline.
So he signed up for ninja school and eventually joined a team with his rival Kakashi, his crush Rin, and their leader Minato. Where do you think I could get into a ninja school like that?
Not one that teaches you to harness this form of chakra, a limited form of physical and spiritual energy that exists inside all human beings and, naturally, can be weaponized.
He can use
like
it to
this
break
part.
walls and make clones of himself, but even better, blow shit up!
This is ninjutsu. Among its many techniques include elemental attacks, and the Uchiha specialize in all things fire.
Fire!
Fireballs, small fireballs, waves of fire, columns of fire, you name it, they've got it. So when Ninja World War III came along, it totally made sense to get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11.
Well, oh,
Yikes.
shoot.
Well,
Yeah.
lucky for Obito, he had one more secret weapon up his sleeve, eye socket, the Sharingan.
The Sharingan grants extremely precise vision, allowing someone to see the flow of chakra, predict an enemy's attacks, cast a variety of genjutsu illusions, and even break
That
out
fight
of
was so
said
hard.
illusions.
Too bad he didn't get to use the red eyes much. Like 10 minutes after he got the damn things, he got smushed under a big rock. What a way to go! But since he wasn't
I'll be
expecting
upset.
to use his super eyes anymore, he handed one off to Kakashi, and then he died. The end. Just kidding.
Not the end.
Miraculously, Obito survived long enough to be rescued by another Uchiha, the legendary Madara. Madara granted Obito a new body, regenerating the limbs he'd lost.
You're probably thinking, oh, what a swell guy. Except he was not. Madara was brewing some plans for world domination and needed a
Madara
pawn to
is a
carry them
good
out.
guy.
So he tricked Obito into watching Kakashi kill Rin, making him fall victim to the Uchiha's curse of hatred.
Within the Uchiha clan, there
These are bad people. Who do you think? Who's worse, Madara or Sidious?
Sidious.
Yeah, he's
exists an ideal of being extremely devoted to
It's not even close.
Sidious is yeah. He's
love.
yeah.
It has been
a bad
speculated
guy.
that if a particularly powerful Uchiha loses someone important to them, that love will be replaced with an all-consuming hatred. This is how Obito awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan.
Or Red Eye 2.0. The Mangekyo gave him a new jutsu called Kamui. With it, he can suck his foes into another dimension and leave them there to die. He can even hide weapons in there until he needs them, like his gun by fan. But even better, he can phase through stuff.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives Obito the power to move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpower akin to the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually teleporting parts of his body into the Kamui dimension whenever they overlap with other matter.
That's
See,
crazy.
there's the
Crazy.
parts right there.
Well, if it looks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's phasing. Heads up! Yeah!
Isn't that crazy?
Way later on, he
'Cause
also got
I'm just thinking about how
super
I'm just thinking about how precise he has to be,
Be
like for it to at any given moment. That's why Kakashi had to come up with that BS plan to figure out how to do it. To hit him was by using his Kamui at the same time.
yeah.
Man, he's really swapping these things around like a prime sub on Twitch.
This Renegon grants Obito the power of the 6 paths, giving him some nifty abilities like controlling gravity with the Deva path, ripping out souls with the human path, and summoning giant monsters with the animal path.
With all of the awful stuff he'd gone through, Obito realized that the ninja world was corrupt to its core. His dream of everyone being happy and working together was never gonna happen. So instead, he agreed to carry out Madara's Giga Brain plan to control everything.
Donning masks and multiple personas, he recruited a number of rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki
Hey,
terrorist
snapping.
group and kicked off Ninja World War IV, all to revive the monstrous Ten Tails.
I know
Tail.
what you're thinking. Wasn't the whole point of this to stop war in the first place?
Mm.
And that's a very good question. Anyway, the Ten Tails!
A living mass of near inexhaustible chakra, the Ten Tails possesses tremendous power. It can create massive thunderstorms and hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating
Which is gross.
Beast Bomb.
Forget bomb. That's basically a super nuke. This chakra ball is so explosive, it can eclipse continents and reduce mountains to dust.
Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing that much mass within a fraction of a second must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13 septillion tons of TNT.
That's
What?
24 zeros. Again, Obito wanted that power for himself and was willing to throw hands with anyone to get it. He's held up against master ninjas,
Best
Kakashi,
fight.
Minato, and even Naruto in his monster energy drink form, which could outmaneuver the fastest attack from the Lightspeed Raikage.
And he far surpassed all of them when he finally sealed the Ten Tails within himself, becoming its Jinchuriki. This little makeover granted him unlimited
He's
flight,
snapping.
rivaling the legendary Sage of Six Paths and the truth-seeking orbs.
These special little bowling balls can shapeshift into any form the user wants, like a staff, giant arms, an umbrella thing, or this crazy spiral blade that apparently helped shape the whole world. Oh, holy shit, it's huge!
That makes
The
no sense.
truth-seeking orbs
Yeah, it
can
doesn't.
completely disintegrate anything they touch at both a molecular and spiritual level. Only those with the power of the Six Paths can resist their effects.
So
Plus,
broken.
with the Mangle monster in his system, Obito's regeneration got amped to the point where he can survive having half of his body control Alt deleted away. All cards in his hand, he was ready for the final stages of the Giga Plan.
He summoned the God Tree and prepared to launch the Infinite Tsukuyomi, a powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never-ending dream, free of conflict and sorrow.
But the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room.
Yeah.
One two'd by some talk no jutsu.
Talk
Obito
no
saw with
jutsu.
Naruto the spirit of his former self, someone who was always trying to help others. And they'd say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Alright.
Obito joined Naruto and Kakashi in saving the world, giving his life to protect his friends. And in his last moments, he entrusted them with reaching the dream he had so long ago, to become Hokage, of which they both succeeded.
Though he
Yeah, they
away,
did.
Obito Uchiha overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted.
All right, now we're about to get into it.
He can't keep getting away with it.
He won't. Actually, he will because we love him. This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates.
Dive into the thrilling world of versus music as Brando brings hypothetical matchups to life through his commissioned compositions. Brandon is one of the composers behind Death Battle, bringing the awesome tunes you love.
Oh, well, he
to
been
to.
bugging out.
Dreams,
If he was
Princes
putting,
of Pride, Hedge of Tomorrow, some of our all-time greats. In fact, he composed the track for this very episode.
Please support Brandon's work and enjoy more of his music. by
Brandon? Okay,
subscribing to his
Brandon.
Hey,
channel.
Brandon
Follow
Yates, you
him on
fire, bro.
Spotify.
Have you ever had a matchup that you want to see on the show and you just wish you had the music track for it?
Well, fans of Death Battle have been loving Brandon's hundreds of commissioned tracks for years. Everything from hard rock to jazzy to electronic to orchestral choirs.
And because Brandon is literally one of the main composers of this show, every track he makes sounds straight out of Death Battle itself.
Love the music from Death Battle? Then don't wait. Subscribe to Brandon Yates' YouTube and follow him on Spotify.
hey Brandon, if you want somebody to rap on your stuff,
You can't rap on that, bro.
Call me.
It's too much, bro.
I'm the best, you know.
All right.
You gonna see. You gonna see. All right. Say I can't. Brandon, you'll see. Hit me up.
Bro, you
Matter
gotta
of fact,
sing
I'm
on
gonna
it.
hit you up.
You gotta sing on it.
You say I gotta sing on it? I can do both.
You gotta do heavy metal. You gotta do.
I can't
Yeah.
do it right now. My voice is not 100% yet.
Okay.
All right, my bad.
Right away.
My bad.
All right,
The commanders are set. I was playing golf.
It's time for a death battle!
That's fire.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I sense your fear, your anger, and a power. I will be taking it. That power will save this cursed world. You'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Then you will die. What?
Gojo?
All too easy. I expected more. I won't disappoint.
Alright. With a fan? That's so crazy. Would you be upset?
What was that?
Oh, he genjutsu. That was Padme. Oh yeah, bro, your stuff gon'
Lost your humanity as well.
On the path of the dark side, it is inevitable.
while he's talking.
He just summons it.
Impressive.
Throw it back. I'd have threw it back at him.
You just throwing everything out, huh?
No. This is inevitable.
Vader loses now. Oh, that's not good. That's
Hello?
not good, Lord Vader.
Losing an arm.
What you gonna do, Lord? Fuck.
Accept this gift and die.
Too late.
He just throwing everything out. Out.
I ain't gonna lie, he probably really would be susceptible to this.
Oh yeah, he would not leave.
Yeah, he like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm good. Boy, he about to.
You are liberated from hell.
This is his ultimate in
Next life.
Shinobi Strikers. That's crazy. Why he gotta be a? Why he just gotta be fired on the
Vader
ground?
may have been able to beat Obi-Wan, but he
How you feel about that?
Personally, makes no sense. Obito shouldn't have been able to do the tree. The whole thing with the tree was that they took a chakra from the beast,
Beast. Yeah.
and so there's no way that he would.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, how's he just throwing this stuff? Like he's just
he
throwing them out.
He wouldn't be able to do any of that.
What about the 10-tailed Chuchuriki?
Summoning the 10 tails? I think he could do.
So he already has that, and that's what they're saying. He already has the 10 tails.
Yeah, because that's a summoning thing. That's not like I have to use other. No, but you're right, because the whole thing was getting all of the tail beast chakra
And then
to put it
forming-
into the 10 tails to wake it up in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, he might not have been able to do that either.
So
Granted, I don't necessarily know for a fact that the fight would have changed that much.
True, yeah. But he would have to do two different major moves that he wouldn't have to do now. Like he did both of those moves and
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
turned the tides of the battle. But if he didn't do those two,
He
then
probably would have lost then. Yeah.
had to figure something else out. Maybe
And it's funny because I was satisfied with how this ended.
Mhm.
If you give Obito all this stuff,
if they show in the beginning him forming 10 tails and all of that, I'm like,
yeah, because
okay.
he has to get it. And if he doesn't just have it on hand, that's nah. And especially the way Vader was fighting, Vader kind of
Unless they insinuate it by telling the whole story, his backstory, whatever, and showing him with it that they were giving him everything, maxed out everything. But is it that easy to just summon the tree like that? You could just summon it.
not. Cause you see how many episodes it took. And it wasn't even him that did it. It was Madara. You know what I'm saying? You remember that?
Yeah.
It was Madara that had the tree out.
So everything.
And after Madara took the 9 tails out of Naruto.
So you agree with everything but the tree. The tree is something where like, okay, that's a little iffy, maybe, but because that's what
It's
caused
all
them to
because
lose.
The 9 tails, I mean the 10 tails itself is the tree. So if he
Right.
doesn't summon the 10 tails, he doesn't get the tree at all.
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
that's kind of the point.
Okay.
And Obito doesn't just summon the Ten Tails. Just he only summons it after they've been taking chakra from these people all series. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like that's literally the whole point of Shippuden.
Okay. So
I could be wrong. Let us know in the comments if I'm
yeah,
talking crazy.
yeah. Just let us know. What do you think? What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is valid? That maybe he should have lost his way, or maybe he should have won. I think it could be. I just didn't form an agreement with the way Obito was just summoning things.
Yeah, that I think that
That's the only thing. That's the only strife I have.
because it was almost like there's no consequences to nothing he's doing. He's
Yeah,
just,
you're just throwing them out, and it's like, okay, this is next. Okay, the tree. Okay,
and it's like okay,
Okay,
that's stuff
six
that we
pack.
know he can do, but under what circumstances can he do those things?
yeah. Like how are they saying? Like if he didn't die in the show and he achieved his goal, he could just summon them
Yeah,
willy
and
nilly.
that doesn't make sense.
That's the only reason why I could say that I could see where they went with this is if they applied that
Yeah,
point of thinking to him. Yeah.
Just couldn't handle Obito.
This was a fairly complex matchup. Both Darth Vader and Obito were roughly even in power and speed, so it truly came down to their skill and arsenals.
And boy, did they have some deep bags of tricks. Even some of the same tricks. Both could fend off mental attacks. Both could move things around with their minds. And they both even had options to instantly kill each other.
Vader could simply force crush Obito's body, but Obito could just as easily rip out Vader's soul. However, Obito had a few more impressive options available to him, edging out just enough to earn a win.
For starters, Kamui made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a Jinchuriki, he could regenerate from half of his body getting destroyed. While the dark side could help Vader survive extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy, unlike the Force, the Ten Tails provided Obito with an unlimited supply. And since chakra is both spiritual and physical energy, this means Obito would be able to fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close and personal with Obito, right? Which left him vulnerable to getting disintegrated by one of the many truth-seeking orbs, or even worse, sucked up into the Kamui dimension. Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have no way out, he probably wouldn't even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over. Have fun starving to death, I guess. Wonder how long you can feed on hate.
Darth Vader may have had a tenacity that few others could match, but against Obito's similar might,
if they would have showed the stuff that they just said as the reason he died, I probably wouldn't have had no. Excuse.
Yeah.
But that's not what they did. They
Yeah.
showed us something completely different.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too.
What the heck? Why'd y'all show us that then?
busted regeneration, and overwhelming range of abilities, there was no escape.
In the end, Vader's victory just wasn't meant to be.
The winner is Obito Uchiha. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
That's crazy. Obi-Wan versus Kakashi.
Did we watch that?
I don't think so. But next I would do I want to do the Killua. Next time we film, I'll do the Killua and
Okay.
what's it called, and then because I want to see that. I want to see how, because I've seen both shows.
I don't know anything about her.
She's on Rail.
I know what show she's
Yeah.
on. The irregular.
Irregular. Magic Index.
That. Yeah.
She can she has of course a lightning ability or whatever, and it's very powerful when she flicks like a coin or something. And it's very powerful. It's very, very destructive. So I don't know how.
I'm not picking her over Killua.
Yeah, I don't think she's fast. I don't think she will be. She's not an assassin, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that mindset of kill. I've been in constant battles where I kill people for a living, so I know the tricks of the trade of how to get them open, how to get in their head, how to get in a blind spot. Where she's just a girl trying to protect the city or something at a school. It's like,
Well, this is our first video back. We got something else coming up in a few minutes, but let us know what you think in the comment section down below. If we was wrong about the take that we had concerning Obito and his powers, because now I'm starting to think I'm probably going to have to do a little bit more remembering of how his powers work. But the guy said it's something that makes sense. If he was the Ten-Tail Jinchuriki at the time,
Mm-hmm.
then it does make sense that he would have access to the Ten-Tail's power.
Yeah.
So fair enough, but maybe not everything, but
Look.
at least being able to summon the Ten-Tail.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm saying I could. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I give him that.
So let us know what you think in the comments. Just comment.
What's up, y'all? Mark.
Boy, Mark, we out of here. See you in the next one.
Peace out.
Joey boy.
Okay.